Hey everybody, Chelsea Doctor here from ChangingChelsea.com. Today I'm going to talk about the word sorry and what it means and what it looks like. So saying sorry isn't always as simple as just saying I'm sorry and then walking away. Saying I'm sorry is a very big step, and it's only a big step when it comes from the heart, fully from the heart and from the mind. So it has to come from both places. So you have to understand what you've done wrong, you have to process what's happened, and understand that you can't do that again. And it also has to come from the heart because it has to be, I guess, almost like taken away, and so when people say I'm sorry, I think it's a very overused term in many different ways because you're just triggered. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. So then it just becomes routine. It doesn't actually mean anything. And that's a very dangerous place to be, especially as you age. So as a child, when you were learning how to be around other children and maybe you stole somebody's crown or something and you didn't think very much of it as like, well, I'm stealing your crown, I want to play with your crown. Maybe you actually just wanted the crown. But now the teacher's telling you, you have to say I'm sorry because you stole their crown. I didn't steal their crown, I was just going to play with it. So our mental status is shifted and changed from a young age. And then what happens is as you get older, that kind of sticks with you. So before, when maybe even you didn't need to say I'm sorry necessarily, or that you understood why you were apologizing, you were told, I'm sorry. So now it's just routine. You do something wrong, I'm sorry. You do something, I'm sorry. And then it's supposed to be okay. Well, that's not true. And then there's also times when I'm sorry isn't going to just cut it. Like your actions have to show deeper meanings behind things. You have to show that you're sorry. And how do you do that? So say as you're aging, right, you have more developed relationships. Somebody hurt somebody's feelings, whether it's intentional or unintentional, because there's two different types of ways that you could hurt somebody. Intentionally is literally like going up and punching them. Okay, that was intentional. I punched you, right? Unintentional is maybe something more mental. So maybe your wife, spouse, husband, whoever tells you, hey, I like this done this way, or I like this way. And, your husband unintentionally does something that you don't like, right? So that hurt your feelings. Well, they don't get to determine whether or not that hurt their feelings or that they hurt your feelings. Those are your feelings and you've been hurt. And so when you bring that to your husband or spouse, wife, whomever, they just have to receive that. They have to understand that, and you have to do your best to explain what's happened. And that still justifies as a way that they need to say, I'm sorry. Whether it's verbally just saying it, which at that point is usually something very difficult because probably at this point that's a very developed relationship, and now they're again just triggered to say, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, right? And then there's no meaning behind it. So now you've got to escalate to the higher level of I'm sorry as into actions. So what do those look like? And so what happens is if you've done something, and I'm using a marriage as my key point because I feel like it's a very easy place for people to just divorce, and there's a lot that goes on in a marriage, and for me personally, I think that was a good example. But so again, using marriage as my example point, if somebody hurts somebody in the marriage, it doesn't mean that go out and buy me flowers all of the time or kiss the ground that I walk on and worship the ground that I walk on. That's not what you're asking them to do, but you're asking them to make kind of a conscious note, that really bothered him or her. That really makes them happy, and understanding them. And so it's building the relationship. So you have to reach a sense of weakness, which actually entails you needing to say sorry in some way. So you're breaking down the relationship in some form, and then you're building it up. So the strength only comes from the weakness, which is the part of saying, I'm sorry. So to humble yourself and have to apologize to somebody for something you've done consciously or subconsciously, is a very big step. So the point of this video in total is just that from a young age, you're taught, I'm sorry, in a way that doesn't really make sense. And then you're taught that you need to figure out how to make sense of it. So I hope that this video just gives you kind of an inner look on what I'm sorry actually entails, that it entails sometimes verbal and sometimes it actually entails actions, which your actions always speak louder than your words. So always keep that in mind when you've done something wrong or somebody's done something wrong to you. Don't always look for them to just be like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. No, like if their actions are showing it, they're sorry, you know, and you just gotta process that. What's the difference and how do I figure this out and what does that look like? And so yeah, just the term I'm sorry is not always enough. So I hope that this helped you and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.